Hi and welcome to Cheeky Richer Cooking's potato rosti made in the pie maker. The ingredients are very simple. Vegetable, salt, pepper, some nice butter, sweet potato and a normal potato. You don't normally include sweet potato in your potato rosti, but it's one of my favourite vegetables, so that's going in. I haven't peeled them, I've just washed them very well with a scrubbing brush and dried them. We're just going to use a grater here and we're going to grate our vegetables, mix them all together and squeeze any excess moisture out of it and cook them in our pie maker. So let's get started. Just grate your potato. If you've got a grating attachment on your blender, by all means use that. But it really doesn't take very long and you don't need any special equipment except for a grater. And this is what you're looking for. Continue until that's done. Now the discolouring that you see on the potato is not dirt, it's actually the potato oxidising with its exposure to oxygen. Now we've gone with our sweet potato and do the same. Okay, now we'll just mix this all together and squeeze the excess moisture out of it into a bowl just with our hands. You could use a nut bag if you like, or you could use a sieve. Mix this all around. The actual potato is much more moist than what the sweet potato is, but we're just going to squeeze out the excess. Season it and fry it in butter in our pie maker. Now this moisture is going to stop a nice crispy potato cake, so don't skip this step, okay? And that potato starchy water there, and that's all it is, will thicken a gravy for you. It's great in soup, it's got lots of nutrients in it, so don't just discard that if you can find another use for it. Now we're all mixed around here now. Okay, the pie maker is on now. We're just going to pop in our butter. It's a non-stick surface, so this is going to make a nice crispy finish without sticking. You could put carrot in here too. You could put parsley, spring onions, whatever you like in here, and mix this all around. Once this butter's melted, we're going to press in a firm patty of our vegetables and shut the lid. And the steam will cook it on the top as it browns on the bottom. It's also got heat in the top element. And this will be held together by the existing starch in these two vegetables. And the sweet potato's got quite a high sugar content, so that's going to get even more caramelized sort of finish. Okay, now we just make sure our salt and pepper is well combined, and then we just grab a handful of this and then just press it all over the bottom in that butter and press it down quite firmly. Now I'm going to use a spatula for that job to make sure it's nice and even. The next time you pay a couple of dollars for a hash brown in a takeaway food store, just see how quick and easy you can make it with just a couple of potatoes. It's a lot cheaper. Okay, now press that down and that should all mat together, and then we should be able to flip it in sort of one maneuver once it's nice and crispy on the bottom. Okay, close the lid. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Well, there's plenty of steam in there. I can see it's getting quite crispy around the bottom. I'll just see if it's going to... No, it's not going to let me lift it over yet, but you can see it's getting a bit of colour on it. Getting very soft. So I'll just let that cook a little bit longer. It's been on for about 4 minutes so far. Okay, now we're just going to flip this in half very carefully. And make sure it's nice and crispy and well cooked in the centre. Now it's not a traditional hash brown shape, nor is it a traditional rosti shape, but it's crispy, flavoursome, very easy to make, full of fibre, and it tastes delicious. Okay, now we're going to serve this with some bacon, egg and cherry tomatoes, our homemade rye sourdough bread, and we're just going to carefully lift this out now. Pop it onto our plate, a bit more butter, and get the next one on. And this time I've chopped up some spring onions and I'm just going to pop those in there, give them a little bit of a mix around, and they will flavour right through. So the kids probably aren't going to be too keen on these ones, but the adults certainly will. Just press it down like before and close the lid. Okay, the one with the spring onions in it, you can see how well cooked the spring onions are. We're just going to flip this in half again, carefully. The trick is getting something underneath it that can flip it over. It's really quite thin, and over we go. Alright, and you hear it's still sizzling as I turned it over. This is going to be my favourite one. You could put jalapeno peppers in here too if you like, or capsicum, anything really. And the non-stick surface is very impressive. It's not sticking at all anywhere. Look at this thing just sliding around the pan. Anybody who's ever had a baked potato stick will understand and appreciate the non-stick surface here. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheeky Richer Cooking's potato rosti made in the Kmart family pie maker. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheeky Richer Cooking channel, and don't forget to please subscribe and do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you and we're uploading lots of videos. So I'll just cut this See how nice and crispy it is? It's creamy potato on the inside and crispy on the outside. Yummo. Thanks for watching.